All right, as always, let's let's make sure that this is working before we get too far into it. All right, can I hear myself? That's the main thing. Good, got that working. All right, welcome to Amateur Owl Broadcasting, everyone. I'm your host tonight, Night Pegasus, and this is race 5, round 3 of the V8 SuperCars Endurance Cup. And today we're at Rouen les Essarts. Weather's looking pretty clear. Might have a bit of cloud a bit later on. We've got two 150 kilometre races. That's about 23 laps each. And we've got a reasonable turnout today. 8 cars out on track. Just entering qualifying now. Following out Woody Lizard. We'll get out on track shortly. I'll just let you know. So yeah, as I was saying, we've got two 150 kilometre races. Basically we've got qualifying now. Once that's completed, we'll get into the race and see how they end up in the championship. One round to go after this, so a lot on the line. So 100 points for first in both of these races. And I just lost my way here a bit. I think next week they do Bathurst. That's a 300 points for the first. Yeah, we'll just go through some of the standings while we're just waiting. So currently as we stand in the Drivers' Championship, the Logical Sports are out in first, 363. Then Woody Lizard, who we're watching now, he's in second, 356. So only 7 points between those. Night Havoc in third after a great win last fortnight. And 350. Dado Racer, unfortunately he's away this weekend, so he's going to miss out a bit. Dark Racing's in, he's on 305. Commander Jim, 294. Sato 15, 291, Highlander on 273.5. Unfortunately, he's not here. Whopper on 228.5, and Rat Pigeon, who was very unlucky last start. He was out leading, doing a good job. He's on 190. XD Cookie, we haven't seen him for a while. All right, still got 6 minutes to go. So in the Teams Championship, the Vazmax Sport leading the way, 654. In second place is the Satamel Motor Racing on 644. Fortunately, none of those drivers are here today. Team Mondaline, 590.5. Almignac Racing, 584. The Besmone Pace Motorsport, 465. And the Kevanese Racing on 24. All right, let's see how we're going now. Let's pull up the map, see where people are on track. Woody Lizard just coming across the line. Already we've got Dark Racing as he's heading down into the hairpin on a 151. Then we've got Pigeon. Oh, still got a bit of damage on. Yeah, that's the Nordschleifer look there. Already had a bit of a dent on the bonnet there for Dark Racing. Looking pretty strong though. There's a good second on Pigeon, who's in second. Where's he? He's following up the road, so we'll keep an eye. Yeah, okay. Night Havoc is coming down into the hairpin here. The Virage du Nouveau Monde. See if I can butcher a few more names. Oh, he's got that look as well. A few people got that look running. We were talking last week how that helps them out aerodynamically, having a bonnet like that. Means the air doesn't... Oh, a bit wide there from Logical Sports. Commander Jim, his car's looking nice and straight. Whopper, another one spouting that beautiful bonnet. He's even got the cracked windscreen. Well, what's happened to him? He's been upside down by the looks of that. Not good at all. And Sato, another one sporting the that famous nose look. And Woody Lizard. Another one of the cars that are straight. All right, they're coming to the line. Let's see how we go. 4 minutes to go in practice. Who's up in front here? Night Havoc No, not Night Havoc. Jim. Crossing the line. What's his time? 53. He goes faster. Pigeon. He goes faster too. All closing in. What have they got? Probably about another 2 laps. 2 laps to get. They'll get in these guys. Oh, there's someone off wide there. Oh, Pigeon. What's happened? Oh, and wow. We just caught that in the background. Reset straight to the pits. Now, this is like a mini Nürburgring, this track. Oh, he's up a second. Oh no, that was somebody else who's finished. So, Jim, Logical. Dark Racing's in the pits. And Woody Lizard. 3 of the cars that don't have any damage on them. As I was saying, it's a bit like a mini Nürburgring here. These are public roads, very narrow. The curbs, absolutely lethal. They're the classic gutters that you would get on the streets, basically. A hard edge up against them. Yeah, you really don't want to touch them. That's going to be key around here, I feel. Whopper still managing to pump out the times. And then Sato just crossing. Right, who's going to be first across the line? I think, right. Excuse me while we jump around. Here we go, Commander Jim, way out in front. He's just come around Ciceri, I think that's called, Ceres. I'll give up. That's the pointy end at the top of the circuit. Coming down here, he's going around Barrage du Paradis. Onto the main straight, crossing the line now. Can he better his time? And he does, a 52.1. Fly down this section through the 6 Ferraris. We've got someone else about to cross the line. Can we find out who it is? No, here we are, Woody Lizard, finally got him. Crosses the line, is he going to improve on his time? No, he's not, he's down. We've got a Logical crossing the line. Did he improve? Yeah, up a second, 151. So we've got 3 cars in the 51s. Who's next? Not Whopper, not Sato. Oh, I apologise to that person that I missed. It's one thing about Project Cars too, you can't tell who's going across the line in the map. There's a Pigeon does another lap. I think that was his out lap. Whopper just crossed the line, he hasn't improved. Sato about to cross the line. Is he going any faster? No, but he finally gets a time set though on the board. And who's behind him? Not quite sure. Alright, very hard workout. So we've got, this will be the last lap. Commander Jim's going to be first. Then Woody, okay. And then who? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's watch. Commander Jim. Let's just following across the line. Can he improve? He's 0.8 of a second down. Crossing the line now. Has he improved? No, he doesn't. Alright, next on track. Woody Lizard. Alright. Coming around the Barrage du Paradis. Oh, gets it a bit wide. Keeps it under control. Is he going to improve? Crosses the line and... yes, he does. Up in the 4th spot. Alright, who's next? Night Havoc. Can he improve as he crosses the line? No, he doesn't. Alright, who's next? Not Whopper. Not a Logical. Oh, someone in front of Dark Racing. Who's that? Get on top of Dark Racing. Can he get another lap in? Crosses the line. Doesn't go any better. Oh, he does. A 150.5. Great lap. Alright, who we got left? Sato crossing the line. Goes top with a 50.4. Where did he pull that out, hey? Lucky to get a lap Lucky to get a qualifying lap the lap before, but congratulations. Pole position there. Still got a couple out on track. Their laps won't count though. So we've got Sato so far, provisional pole 150.419, followed by Dark Racing 40 150.5. Then Warped Pigeon with a 151.1. Logical Sports with a 151.5. Woody Elizabeth with a 152. Then Commander Jim with a 52.1. Whopper with a 52.2. And Night Havoc with a 52.2 as well. Alright, so pretty tight here. So 2 seconds between the top 8 cars. And out in front, Sato 15 and Dark Racing 40. Got the pace at the moment. Can they sustain it for 23 laps? So that's what we need to ask. Then Wrapped Pigeon, he'll be looking to make amends for his disconnection last round. Then a Logical Sports, Commander Jim, Woody Lizard, Whopper, Night Havoc. Now, as we went around, it was interesting to note that there was only 3 cars that didn't have damage on them for the entirety of that session. So just because they're not fast doesn't mean they won't finish high up in the standings. All right, just going to take a break now. I'm going to grab myself a drink before we get underway for the race. I'm your host, Night Pegasus. Okay, back from our little break. Got myself a drink, get me through this. We're getting ready to race here, going through the grid. Sato 15 on pole position, Dark Racing 40, Wrap Pigeon on 3rd, Logical Sports 4th, Commander Jim 5th, Woody Lizard in 6th, Whopper in 7th, and Night Havoc in 8th. Alright, who are we going to follow off the line here? We'll go mid-pack. They're getting ready. They'll be just making sure they got all their fuel in. Waiting for the engines to start. Under the starter's orders. Beautiful day out here. As I said, the weather's fine today. So just a bit sunny. Looking for a bit of medium cloud coming in later in the day. Might help the track grip up a bit. Going to be interesting how these guys handle this down this hill so close through the 6 Ferreras into the Virage du Nouvel Monde, the hairpin at the bottom, quite tight down there. Then they've got the climb up the hill through Virage Samson. Then they'll be through Virage du Beauval, the Corbet de l'Etoile, and then Griselle. That's the who's got the biggest pair going through there. Into Siri, and then Virage du Paradis back to the start-finish line. So looking about a 1 minute 52, 53 lap. This pace, interesting to see where they make it. I don't think there'll be a fuel stop. Stop the tyres, and off they go. Sato gets away, goes Dark Racing, gets a bit slidey. Wrap Pigeon, Logical Sports away nicely. All's tightening up at the back here. Woody Lizard slots in behind Commander Jim as they head down the hill. Whopper in behind him, followed by Night Havoc. Alright, as we come around. Well, Dark Racing just runs a bit wide there. Oh, Wrap Pigeon off. Oh, Wrap Pigeon. And tumbles down and doesn't look good for him at all. Alright, let's get back up to the front, into the hairpin for the first time. Looks like most people are making it through here. Oh, runs a bit wide there. Commander Jim for the grass. Woody right behind him. Whopper, Night Havoc. Pigeon underway. Oh, it's unfortunate for him. All right, back at the top of the field. Sado 15 out in front. So come through the Virage Samson. The Ravage de Buval got a great lead here. Already pulled out a second. These two guys. Logical Sport's not far behind. They head up the hill. Went through Brazil here. Flat out down to the other tight one. Look at the back. Oh, Woody Lizard. Didn't quite catch what happened to him. Doesn't look good. Might have got away with it. He's got that up here, Night Havoc on the Whopper. Coming around this big bend here, the Grizel bend. Oh, Whoppers all over the place. Tight. He's going to do who's hard on the brakes. It's only lap 1, guys. Still got 23 laps, 22 laps to go. Down through the gears. Targeting nice and tight. Whopper out on the grass. Commander Jim needs to give him a bit of room. Whopper survives. All right, after the first lap. Oh, bit of a lift there. Oh, excuse me. Sado out in front. Just cruising around now. Just got to keep it clean and tidy. He's got a good one. Nearly 2-second gap. Back to Dark Racing 40. Coming down the hill through the 6 Ferreras. Into the Virage du Nouvel Monde hairpin. Hard on the brakes. Sado makes it through nicely. Logical. Oh, Commander Jim closing in under brakes here. Went a bit wide the last time round. Had his steering lock a bit better. Looking good there. And we've got Night Havoc. Oh, Woody Lizard in the pits. And they're fueling him as well. I don't think he was meant to do that. Get a look at the speedo. Whoop. They've filled him to the end. If you're going to make it, maybe a set of tyres as well. Unfortunately for Woody, he was second in the championship. See how we go after this round. Pigeon, he's decided to keep going with his damage. All right, up here. Coming through Brazil, Commander Jim. Chasing down a Logical Sports. Doing a good lap here. Already up on his last lap. That's because it was a standing start. Looking for the brake marker here. Where are they braking? Oh, about where that telegraph pole is on the left. Down to second gear. Oh, I can hear someone behind him. There's his teammate, Night Havoc. See Whopper in the background. All right, they crossed the start-finish line for the second time onto lap 3. Good time there as we come down into the hairpin. Let's hope we get a good camera shot as they come down through here. Sado just running a bit wide there, followed by Dark Racing 40. We've got our Logical Sports and Commander Jim. Here we are, Virage du Nouvel Monde. Takes that well. Dark Racing 40, Logical Sports, Commander Jim right on his tail. So tight there, full lock on the steering. We're looking to almost stop. Rat Pigeon a bit further up the track, followed by Whopper. Oh, look out. Whopper's had an issue again. It's just stuck in the middle of the track there. And once again, looks like he's... Oh, here he is here. Warp Pigeon gets past him. Oh, not looking good. Looks like a scene out of The Ring. So I was trying to mention that last week. Obviously his partner's come home and is watching the Kardashians once more. Unfortunately for Whopper, looks like that'll be the end of his race. Hopefully Warp Pigeon isn't too close to him and doesn't get disconnected as like what happened last week. Alright, up the top of the hill. Just a bit as you are at the moment. Commander Jim's car still looking nice and straight. Just following the slipstream. Look at that, peeking out 292. There's his teammate in the background, comes into the Logical Sports. So go around the Sierra corner, going to come back onto the straight. Alright, Dark Racing in the Pace team car. So a good pace too, 152s. Oh, Sado just set at 151. Car's looking a lot better than what it was in practice. Hopefully he can keep it together and slightly chase down Sato. Interesting to see how tyres go through this race. Only a short race today. Will they last the distance or will they go off? And who is running what? That's the other thing. Has anybody gone on the hards? Not quite sure how abrasive this track is, as we can see. It's around the hairpin here. Hollow Biological Sports, Amanda Jim. Look at that. They just can't get the lock on there. Right, Havoc just sitting pretty. This is what he did last round at the Nürburgring. Had a bit of an off at lap 1 at the hairpin in the Nürburgring part of the course. And just took his time, bided his time, kept his car clean. Brilliant drive and took home the win. We got down there in the battle. Oh, Whopper, look out, Whopper. He's trying all sorts of routes around this French layout. Still going though. Still in there. There's Rat Pigeon, yeah, he's still hanging in there. And then we got Woody Lizard. Fortunately, he's a lap down now. His car would have been repaired, just doesn't look like it. It's a graphical thing with Project Cars 2, so here we go. Oh, runs a bit wide, pushing hard, trying to get that lap back. We got Night Havoc making a pit stop. No, that can't be right. All right, so my race feed is wrong at the moment. This is where the battle is, these three cars here. Two teammates, Commander Jim, Night Havoc, just chasing down a Logical Sports. Meanwhile, Sato's just blowing these guys away. 6 seconds in front already. Only 5 laps into the race, so about a second a lap faster. Let's just hope we don't have any ODs from Sato. And this time, hopefully he can keep his focus. Does have a tendency to just lose focus every now and then. It's different top points in the race. And has a bit of an off. Don't wish that on him today. It looks like a Logical took that corner a lot better. He's going to pull a bit of a gap, I believe. Yeah. He's gapped Jim out now. Alright, so things have started to settle down now after 5 laps. And we can go through. So Logical Sports, he's in the front of the championship here. So with Woody Lizard way down, he can just sort of cruise around to a degree. Sato, he's got a nearly, he's got what, 70-point lead on Sato, so he could still retain his championship lead by sitting in 3rd there. Dark Racing, he's got a 60-point lead over Dark Racing, so it'll be helpful if I put the camera on the car that we're talking about. So he just has to take it easy, just run his own race here. The other guys might make mistakes. He's got a championship to look out for. Woody Lizard, who was 2nd, he was only like 7 points behind. Unfortunately had a shocker, but you know, still a few races to go, and we've got the Bathurst 1000 coming up. 160 laps around Bathurst. That'll sort out the cars too, so bad round this round, but Woody's still in with a chance to keep his championships title hopes alive. Alright, and then who have we got? In 3rd position, Night Havoc. Oh, he's had a bit of an off too. Didn't catch that one, unfortunately. Might have collected one of those hay bales somewhere. So he's just looking to just plod around too, keep getting those points. Oh, maybe he's got a bit of suspension damage on that car. 6 laps in. Still a long way to go. Okay, looking up here. Let's get a look at Sato's car. Still looks straight. Dark Racing's just starting to close in now. Maybe it was a bit of a moment that we missed. So a win, all important for either of these guys here. Just keeps them in the title chase. Come up around the Gruyere bend. Look at those curbs there. Look look how high they are on the right-hand side. Absolutely flying through there, 293. And then back off all the way down as they go through the I got no way to pronounce that. So it's like a hairpin. It's more of a 90-degree bend at the top of the hill there. Then back down to the start-finish line. Still closing in. Start racing. Fastest lap of the race for him. Pulled in a good half a second on Saturday. So he's just settled in, got into his rhythm. Slowly closing down the Saturday Meister. Oh, as we say that. Oh, gets it a bit sideways. Code Brown. Bring the mop and bucket, but he's managed to save it. Oh, pushing really hard. Well, we see him just back off a little bit now. It's a nice exit out of the hairpin down there. So head up the hill now. Coming up to the Virage du Beauval. See the flames spitting out the side of these V8s on turning on the afterburners, as they call it, the overrun. I believe that's what it's called when the flames shoot out. One of the spectacular sights of the V8s of old. So head up to the top of the hill again. Oh, and looks like we've lost Whopper once more. Unfortunately, we've seen his car lagging. Such frustration for Whopper. Oh, look out, there's a move on here. Saturday's pulled to the inside not to give Darky the draft. They go side by side. Going for the old switcheroo. But unfortunately, the Roo didn't play ball there. Hit him on the front bumper. Really putting the pressure on Sato now as they come across the start-finish line. Doesn't look like there's too much damage there. Things starting to hot up at the front. As I was just saying, who else we got? Night Havoc in the pits. Must have had another off there with that damage. He did have a bit of a wobble as he's heading down the straight, so probably had some suspension damage. Pops Woody up to 6, a few more valuable points. Those two, second and third in the championship. So Woody just grabs a few more points on Night Havoc. But unfortunate for Whopper, as we're seeing, such a great driver, tries really hard. Just technical issues tend to lead him down each week. The great Australian NBN, what a farce. Hey, what a farce. I was just watching something the other day in the Philippines. They're getting like 300 megabits up, or megabytes up and down on their internet. In Australia, we can't even have a guy complete a Project Cars race every week. Anyway, that's the way the world is at the moment. Oh, a bit slow through there. Sato's just gapped him a bit. We'll just take this chance to go on board, see what Night Havoc's got. Yes, he's had a lot bigger prang now. There's the green arrows. They're just telling the crew what they need to be looking at. Looks like it's the left-hand front they should be working on, according to those arrows. Everyone just standing there dumbfounded, like what the hell just happened? And still not getting their team outfits ready either. Like the blue car with the red team outfits doesn't quite work, does it? All right, let's have a look at some of our others. As Woody comes around, puts a lap on Night Havoc. Doing all right, 52.7 thereabouts. So, as I said, to fix his car pretty good. He's in with a chance still. What's he? 40 seconds to Rat Pigeon. So, not long to go. Catch him up. Be on the same lap. There we can see on the map there. Woody's just coming down the hill into the hairpin, and Rat Pigeon just heading up the hill, going around the Gruyere curve. Commander Gemological Sports, they're just setting their pace here. Lap 8 to go across the line. Oh, he's down 2 second there on his best time. Tyre's starting to go off. Dark Racing, here we go. Oh, Sato's run wide. Dark Racing's got the lead, just saw it there live. Not quite sure what happened to Sato, pushing hard. Other tyres starting to go off. I'm not sure about the wear rate on this track. Is it really abrasive? Public road, so it probably is. As they want the road to like drain the water away, and so it's only built to deal with normal tyres, not slicks like these guys are running. So and as I said, Sato has a habit every now and then just losing focus sometimes. It's the only thing holding him back from being a true champion. But let's see if he can fight back now. It's all balls in dark racing sport. It's easy to chase someone down. It's harder to lead them because you're always looking in your mirror. When you're the car behind, you don't have to look behind. You can see their target in front. So hard to put the person behind out of your mind. They come up the hill now. Oh, Brazil, getting the name wrong. So the Brazil curve, getting into the Siri. The ski. I'll work it out by later. I'll have to ask Siri. Maybe that's what I'll call Siri. And the Siri turn. Oh, Dark Racing puts a wheel in the grass there. He's been watching iRacing too much, trying to do a bit of tyre cooling. Coming up on a back marker here now. Who are they catching? I think this might be Night Havoc that they're catching. Coming into an awkward part of the course too. Down through the 6 Ferrari. The 6 Ferrari, quite tight through here. Maybe they're just going to catch him as they get down to the hairpin, down to the Garage du Monde. Oh, a Dark Racing spun around. What's he done? He's capped the barriers. Can he keep it off? Holds it tight. I think he was, looking for a rejoin. Yeah, holds the brake. He's got, this is painful. He's got to wait for these two to come through. Jim gets around. Car doesn't look too bad. Has he got any suspension damage? That's what's going to be the thing. I reckon he was getting a bit distracted by the back marker up in front, trying to work out where he was going to catch him. Just run a bit wide there. Just look on board. We'll just see how his cars goes around here. Yeah. Excuse me. He'll be spewing about that. Yep. Anyway, he's still moving as we catch up to Sato. Sato still got Night Havoc up in front of him here. As I was saying, I think Dark Racing 40 got distracted by him, wondering where he was going to pass him. Just lost concentration for just that split second. Alright, so I think that's 4 cars now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 cars running that have all had an off at the moment. Only 3 cars. Well, sorry, Sato had a bit of an off too, but yeah, he's got a bit of a scrape down the side of his car. Let's have a look at a logical. Starting to close in a bit here. Car looking nice and tidy. Oh, on the power a bit early. Man, Jim, his car's looking nice and tidy as well. So only 2 cars with no damage whatsoever. Sato got a bit of paint off. Dark Racing 40. Where is he? Going to come to the pits. Let's see. No, I think he'll keep running. 13 laps to go. Oh, just braking in a few weird spots now though. No, coming to the pits. Taking this opportunity to come to the pits. Not sure if they had to do a pit stop for fuel, so maybe the pit stop's not so bad. Going to come in, fix his damage, and then head back out. Alright, we'll leave him at it. Commander Jim, nice and tight. Around the Garage du Monde there. Up the hill. These guys been inside of each other for the whole race. Rat Pigeon just taken 4th spot off the Dark. Oh, what's happened to Woody? Yeah, he's still travelling along alright. 26 seconds to Dark Racing. Oh, yeah. Starting to feel it now. Interesting to see how far he is behind Pigeon Racing. Anyway, back to the top of the field. Podium positions. Just driving within himself. Even looking good on his tyres. So what did they start with? I think they started with about 105 litres of fuel, coming up to finish lap 11. So nearly halfway through the race, so should be able to make it on fuel. Probably no need to come in for a pit stop. Sato's had a slow lap there, 56.2. back to prove it. There we go, back into the 52s. Logical Racing, so you've done this lap. 53, they all went a bit slow there. Oh, I guess because of yellow flags. That's right down the hill here. So tough flying down this hill at speed. Gravity's working against you down here, pulling you down the hill, so you know your braking points are a bit further, a bit longer I should say, from the apex, because you've got to allow for that mass to pull up going down the hill. Comes around the Barrage du Nouvelmond, 0.8 of a second down on his split time there. So back to Woody. Oh, actually up this time. Still behind Dark Racing, so 26 seconds behind. So Dark Racing's 40's damage mustn't have been too bad. He's got in and out of the pits quite well. Let's have a look. Yeah, basically fixed that up well, that car. Slight lift in the bonnet. Just got Pigeon, Rat Pigeon down there. Oh, running up that curve. Look how tall that curve is. Pretty sure you scrape the diff or the gearbox as you go over the top of that. Down into the Barrage du Nouvelmond curve. He's up on his time. Dark Racing, he's up on his time as well. Back up to these guys. Slowly reeling him in, Commander Jim. Driving a good race, both these guys. Oh, using all the track there. No runoff curbs, as you might see. No ripple strips. None of those red and white parts of the track that you see on most race circuits. This is just public roads. Monday to Friday you can drive down here and go to Coles or Woolies, pick up your groceries, maybe call into the pits on your way just to check out the history of this circuit. Of course, I don't think they run here anymore. I think this first entered the Formula One Championship in '65. Might be wrong about that, but about that time. They were gutsy men, those guys, flying down here in those little cars. Absolutely no safety features. I think they just installed seat belts into the F1s back then. Little Ford Escort there in the background. Hear the crowd going off in the background as well, cheering this guy on. Commander Jim, can he pull this out? Can he get a pass to do his championship? A world of good, grab a few virtual points, maybe end up in 4th after this. Such a tricky corner there, you're heading uphill all the way down to second gear through there. You can hear the cars almost stall out. Alright, Dark Racing 40 catching up on Wrapped Pigeon. You saw Wrapped Pigeon have a bit of a mistake early. Maybe he should have come in and got that damage fixed. Might be hurting him a bit now. Could have a fast car. Oh, look at that. No, is he going to let him go? I think he's had enough. Just couldn't quite get the power down as he came out of that corner on the marbles. Going to follow Dark Racing up the hill. Alright, here they are coming up to the Virage Samson. Oh, here we go, just running a bit wide, trying to get the power on a bit early. So tricky in these V8s. So much torque, skinny tyres. Oh, all the things you don't want as a race car driver. You want plenty of torque and plenty of width on your tyres to put that torque down. Get that car out of the corner. Dark Racing 40 just disappearing now. Pulled out a 2.5 second gap already since the hairpin. He is on fire. He'll be absolutely ruining the fact that he put that car in the grass. Really unfortunate for him. Alright, can Wrapped Pigeon hold on to 5th? Head back here. How's Woody Lizard going? Slowly chasing him down. Doesn't seem to have made any more mistakes. In the 151s too, so got good pace. He'll be spewing that he had that off in the first lap. His car looked great throughout qualifying and through free practice 1. Just couldn't hold it together in the heat of the moment. Down to second gear, look at that, 90 kilometres an hour. As he goes around the Siri bend. Night Havoc, another one. He was having a good race. He's opted for that bonnet look again. Who's he chasing down here? Sato. Sato's finally got past him. Heading up the hill into Siri. Oh, shortened the wheelbase on that. He's turned it into more of a Capri than a Ford Falcon by the looks of that. We go past here. Look how shortened the car is. And we can just see under the boot there, he's still got the spare in the back. That won't be helping him at all. Alright, let's run through him again. Sato. Still got his car looking reasonable. We've got a few scratches on it, but it's now it's only one of three cars that haven't got any damage. Just holding it together. Lap 15, 8 laps to go. Beautiful sight round here. Coming down into the Virage du Nouveau-Monde hairpin. So he's got like gets out on the grass. So he has a shallow entry and a wide exit on there. Wonder if it would be quicker to go the other way. Wider entry and a shallower exit. Straighten that up with the power down earlier. Taking off up the hill there. Looking good anyway. Here we go, the Logical Sports. His car looking good as well. All the way down to second. There we go. So look, 95 Ks. So a couple of areas on the course. Oh, look out, Sato. What's happened with Sato? Oh, this does not look good. The Logical Sports. Oh, his car's damaged in a big way. Damaged in a big way. Oh. Let's get on board. Let's see. You can see a bit of left hand down, so suspension damage. Alright, Logical and Commander Jim then. On the podium. Top steps of the podium. Oh, here we go. On board with Commander Jim. Can he get a good run out of here? Gets the power down. The Logical Sports just pulling away. He's got a better exit. Pulling away slightly. Oh, a bit of a lift there. It's going to be tough coming down the hill. Across the line, nothing in it. Oh, big lift. Oh, Logical hits the curb. You don't want to be doing that too much. Big lift again, as you can see, staying well away from the curbs. Through the 6-3, down the hill into the Virage du Nouveau-Monde hairpin, hard on the brakes, closing right up. Oh, Logical goes in tight, down to 45 K, so he's got the better run out. Logical got the better run out. Pulls the gap on him now, look at that, 0.7 of a second up the hill. Just keeping the pressure on here, Jim. Oh, big lift there. Big lift. Looks to be just a little bit quicker through this section. Of course, they're all running the Falcon V8 engine, so no difference in horsepower. It all comes down to the way they're tuned. And they'll be pretty much the same. Lap 16, 7 laps to go. Sato in the pits, thrown away with what would almost a certain win. Woody up to 5th. Stay on board with these guys. Much in it. Hard on the brakes. Pulls it in tight in the Satnel Falcon. Oh, and we've got Night Havoc just up here in front, I think. So teammates. Now, will they play team orders here? Will Night Havoc back? Oh, Logical out on the grass, pushing really hard. Will Night Havoc back? The Logical Sports up. Oh no, he's pulled into pits. Got out of the way. Quite sure why. He's probably got some other sort of an issue. Still these guys fighting down the hill. All the mass and energy going through these corners, through these tyres. There's 4 little patches. If you remember that ad from a few years ago, Just a handprint on each side of the car, front and rear. Keep putting these cars on the road. Tight into the bend. Can Jim get a good exit out of here? No, he can't. He's got to try a different line through there just to get the power down a little bit quicker so he can follow him up the hill a bit closer. In the slipstream though, so might be able to just get a bit of a good toe up the hill. Coming into this tight left-hander here. Oh, locks up a brake. Really trying hard. That's it. Get on the power now. Can he hold it behind him? Nothing in it. 0.3 of a second. Drag up the hill. Going around Grizel. Foot flat to the floor. Just reaching the crest here. A little tap of the brakes just to make sure they're working there from a Logical Sports. He's got the lights on. Oh, going defensive now, Logical. Commander Jim got to run on the outside. He's going to look for the old, the inside-out manoeuvre. I can't think of what it is. Oh, runs wide. Almost takes out the Michelins on the outside. The old switcheroo, that's what I was looking for. Thank you from my my co-commentator in the background. Just that ran too wide there, hey, going in just a bit hot. Still got the pressure on. Is a Logical up to the task? And meanwhile, these guys, they're catching the rest of the field. Coming down the hill. All right, we also got Sato and Dark Racing looking racy as well. Let's have a quick look at them going up the hill. Oh, just leave it for a second. Commander Jim, what can he do? Down into the hairpin. They're going to take a different line. Yeah, he runs out a bit wider this time. Oh, but he's too wide. Out in the marbles, couldn't quite get it. Lost a bit of time. Couldn't quite get a turn in. Meanwhile, Sato back out on track, chasing down Dark Racing 40. These guys about a lap behind. Half a lap behind. Up the hill they come. Now, it's only about 10 laps ago the roles were reversed. We had Dark Racing chasing down Sato up here. Dark Racing going to pull to the inside. Oh, squeezing him out. Sato not getting in to get the toe. He's got to go around the outside. Go the long way around. Screaming down to Siri Ben. Sato around the outside. Oh! Hits the hay. Hits the Michelin. Someone else has taken the Michelins out there as well. Cleaned everything up. Maybe he's just clearing the way for a bigger entry next time round. How much damage has that done to his car? Oh, a bit by the looks of that. Let's just get on board, have a look through the cockpit. No, steering looks pretty straight there. What about Dark Racing? A bit hard to tell if he's steering straight as he's coming around the corner. All right, yeah, his car's looking pretty straight now. We've got Woody Lizard up here. Oh, I think Woody's had a bit more of a prank. Has he slowly catching... Is that rat pigeon up there? What a magnificent drive by Woody. Let's get back to the track side here. Yeah. No, sorry. Oh, pigeon! Drifting! Tokyo Drift in France. Getting it all wrong. Woody Lizard closing in on him. Here we are. We've got Night Havoc. He's 2 laps down by the looks of this, but closing in on Rat Pigeon. Now, Rat Pigeon, hard to say if he's a bit faster. Night Havoc obviously distracting him. He can't really let him go. Night Havoc's got to make the move because Rat Pigeon can't afford to drop the time. Woody Lizard, not that far behind. 2 seconds. What a fantastic drive from Woody. Lap 1 in the barrier, pulls in, gets repairs, chasing down a podium position. It's never over till the... You're not allowed to say that anymore, are you? We won't body shame anyone on this channel. Now let's just say that there's certain people that aren't singing yet. And we're waiting for them, and then that'll be the end. All right, Rat Pigeon. So Night Havoc's pulled over. Let Woody Lizard pass. Woody Lizard chasing him down the hill. So we've got a couple of 2x2s around the place now. We've got these guys here battling out 3rd and 4th. We've got a Logical Sports and Commander Jim battling out 1st and 2nd. And then we've got Sato and Dark Racing 40 battling out 5th and 6th. So all starting to light up here. Lap 19. What do we got? 4 laps to go, 5 laps to go. Woody Lizard makes a huge advances there under the brakes. Who can get the power down? Now it's tempting to try and stick your boot into it out of the corners, but as we mentioned before, the power of these engines, the torque of these engines and the skinny slick tyres means that you can't, you've got to feather that throttle. You've got to control that right foot. You've got to make sure it's nice and steady. You've got to get the car nice and straight before you actually plant your foot so that it doesn't oversteer and spin you out. And look at Night Havoc, he's just going, I'm going to have a bit of a watch of this. Let's get on board with him. See what we can see from here. Woody Lizard closing in on Rap Pigeon. They come around the bend and you can see him up in the distance. Oh, Woody Lizard out on the grass. Oh, there's a bit of a touch there. Rap Pigeon's decided to let him go. He's let them both go. Woody Lizard on the podium. Not quite sure what happened. Did he push him wide? Did he readdress? Saw Woody Lizard go off into the grass. Up to Rap Pigeon now. He's probably ruining the fact he should have come in and did that. Oh, on the grass once more. He should have come in and fixed that car up. Does he have any suspension damage? Let's have a look in here. No, his steering looks pretty straight. Probably just losing a bit of aero. Yeah. Oh, we've got another guy out in the grass. Getting in the aero wash now. Down the hill. Lots of the cars up in front. This is a great view. So it's probably more aero. He's got no, he's got damage on the front, so we find it hard to steer, especially in the right-handers. Oh, locked brake there from Night Havoc. Trying hard to get his lap back on Woody. And yeah, losing time. Just losing time. So things have settled down just a little bit. Let's move up in front to Woody Pig. Oh, Woody pinches the left front. Manages to survive the turn. You really wouldn't appreciate Night Havoc being behind him. Just the distraction, having that car flashing in your mirrors. You'd like to be nice and clean out in front. Up the hill, coming through the Griselle. Wave to the crowd out there on the left. Just a little bit. Alright, coming up here to Siri. Big lift, hard on the brakes. Try not to compression lock up here. You can see hay bales and tyres have all gone there. Nice wide exit. Let's get on board with the leader. Hey, let's do a lap with the leader. Where are we on the track? Coming up through Brazil. 263 in top gear. Here we go. Still pulling uphill. Still accelerating. Look at the power of these cars. 282, 288, 290. Redlining in 6. 292. Hard on the brakes. Down through the gears. Down to second. They come through Siri. Nice and tight on the apex. Power down nice and early. Up to third. Up to fourth. Looking for a turn-in marking, up to fifth. Just a little lift. A couple of dabs on the throttle, keep the car going. Just waiting for the front to grip up there. Up to 6 as he comes across the line. 265, 270 as he crosses the line. And then down the hill around this bend, big lift. Again, just waiting for the front of the car to grip up before you can get the power on once more. Down again to 5th. Tight corner, that one under speed. This is the 6 for air corners. Another lift there, 5th gear, down the hill, coming to the hairpin now. Start braking before you get round the corner. Down second, down to first, down to 40 kilometres an hour, nice and tight, full lock on the power. First, second, third, up the hill, 4th, round the bit of a right-hander. 5th. Just a bit of a left, got to brake here, down to second, no, that's the next corner, 4th gear on the power, Little kink here to the right. Now this is the big braking area. Down to second. In nice and tight. Let the car run out a bit wide. Just waiting for the steering to say tyres to grip up to third, up to fourth. Bit of a lift over the crest. Watch those bales on the left. Up to fifth. All right, coming up to Grizel, and there's the lap with the leader. Still going strong. Still got a nice straight car. Wave to the crowd once more. Thank you, Logical Sports, for that nice clean lap. There you go. Not pushing too hard. There's a time to dropping off here. Obviously, the tyres starting to get affected. Whoosh, as he goes past. Commander Jim, where is he? Whoosh. He's had a bit of a moment too. He's fallen 4 seconds back. Playing it nice and safe. Thinking about the title. Well, he's got a bit of scrape there. Thinking about the title now. So let's get back. Where are we with the title? So Logical Sports, top of the table, first place. Woody Lizard, second place in the table, in the podium on third. Then we've got Commander Jim in sixth, 294. He's got to get a good bag of points here, but still puts him out outside the championship podium at the moment. His teammates had a bit of a shocker. They might just catch him. And of course, as we said before, Whopper, unfortunately for him, we need to change race nights so when the Kardashians aren't on, so that his partner isn't watching and causing him to time out. All right, settling down a bit now. Last lap. We'll follow them across the line. Let's just go from back to front. All right, Night Havoc still following Woody Lizard. These guys, he's 3 laps down, so he's going to finish 2 laps down. Done well. Really funny looking car. Trying to compress it more into a mini style by the looks of it. Got more of an angle on that rear wing, so high downforce. He can really power through the corners. Right, down to Sato. Led the race, probably for 2/3 of the race before he had an incident. Lost a bit of focus. Heavy spewing. Once more, he comes up. Looking to cross the line for the ultimate time. Dark Racing 40. Pace car. Crossing the line now. Who's he catching down? Rat Pigeon about to put a lap. Oh no, this is for position. Going to make up a position here on the last lap. All right, we've got to keep an eye on where things are. We've got the leaders. Whereabouts are the leaders? Oh, he's always coming to the finish line. Oh, it's all happening at the last moment. Dark Racing. Is he going to get him into the hairpin? No, he's not. Logical Sports crosses the line for the win. Congratulations to him. Commander Jim, great race. Comes across the line in second. All right, where have we got Woody? He's still far back. Let's get back to this race here. This is where it's all happening on the last lap. Dark Racing up the hill. Coming up to Grizel. Has he got the power? Oh, sorry, I've got myself wrong there. Going through the tight Garage Samson. Here we are, coming up to Corbet de la Toile. Oh, Rat Pigeon off the road into the fence. Taking the inside line as they come to the top of the hill. Round to Grizel. Oh, side by side, not quite. Nose to tail, nose to tail. Oh, so close. He could have activated the stereo system there from the back seat. Side by side. So we've got Woody Lizard coming across the line. Who's going to take this corner? Around the outside, Dark Racing. No, Rat Pigeon up the inside. Gets it wrong. They both go wide. Oh, holds onto it. As we see Woody Lizard cross the line, takes home a great third. All right, we get back to this battle. Oh. Rat Pigeon holds on. Elbows out. Knees out. He had everything out there. Making sure Dark Racing didn't get around him. Well, a good racing. Don't know if the stewards will look at that one over the line, but Rat Pigeon comes home in 4th, Dark Racing in 5th. Oh, it gives him a tap. Managed to hold it together. Don't think he was happy with that. Bit of a... And we've got Sato coming across the line. Not the last car to finish. She's not last on the track, but last car across the line. What a fantastic race. Had its moments early on, got a bit dull, and there we go. Sato brings up the rear. And we look at the results. A great drive from Logical Sports. I don't think there was a scratch on that car. Not even an insect. He had it so clean. Commander Jim, we didn't quite see what happened to him. Had a bit of a moment. Maybe had a brush with a straw bale, dropped off, but finished in a respectable second. Woody Lizard had an incident on lap 1. Came into the pits, done the repairs, fought his way back through the field, takes out the final spot on the podium. Great drive from Woody Lizard. Rap Pigeon, we're not sure what happened. Had a bit of an incident. Maybe he should have pitted like Woody Lizard did. He might have finished a bit further up. Had the pace early on. But comes home in a rather good 4th. Dark Racing had his moments there, led the race. Not sure if he got distracted by the back marker, put it in the fence. Then he had to wait for the cars to go past, so there wasn't a unsafe re-entry to the thing. Takes out 5th position. Sado Racing, all in front of him. Looked like he had it in control. Again, just lost that momentary loss of focus, cost him dearly. And then Night Havoc bringing up the rear. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Thank you for joining us. Come back in a few moments. We're going to start with race 2. Rouen les Essarts.